Hey everybody, I don't know if you've had any arguments in your home during this time. I'm sure you haven't, but I know we have. We've been arguing about what show's the best, what game's the best, what are we going to play tonight, what are we going to do tonight, who's going to make the decisions, even what's appropriate to wear for a devotional. Anyway, so today this is what I'm doing. So in our passage today, Jesus has been having some arguments. People have been arguing with him and trying to catch him and trap him. And one of the scribes notices Jesus' answers, and he's like, he's pretty impressive. So he comes and says to Jesus, what is the greatest commandment? Now you need to know this. The Pharisees had set up and looked at the Old Testament and realized that there were 613 commandments. And so they're like, we're going to follow them all, and we're going to make up 1,500 new ones. And then because of that, they would argue about which is the best. And each different ones had their list of all the way to 2,300 commandments. Who is the most important? Which is the best one to follow? What do we need to do? And different ones would argue, and they love to argue about this. So it's kind of a moment where everyone's like, I wonder what Jesus is going to say. Who's he going to say? Who's going to be right? And people are going to pick sides. And Jesus does something amazing. He doesn't pick one commandment. He sums all 2,300 or whatever there are up in two statements, and he says, here it is. Here's the two greatest commandments. Love the Lord God with all your heart, mind, and soul, and love your neighbor as yourself. And that's what we need to do. We need to follow that. And we need to say, hey, we're going to follow the things that Jesus tells us to do. So out of that, we get our mission, we get our purpose, vision for the church, vision for our life, to love God, love one another, and then to serve the world, serve our neighbor, and then be about what Jesus has called us to do. So the scribe hears that, and he gives a nice answer back, and then it says this, that nobody asked Jesus any questions anymore because they were amazed at his response. So let's live out what Jesus commands us to do, to love God and love others. Thanks, everybody. Bye.